All right, welcome to your Algebra 3 Try 1 Final Review videos. We're doing 31, 32, and 33. We are simplifying the sum. In order to do that, we need to make sure the denominators match. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the first one. I have y squared minus w squared minus 4w minus 21. I'm going to factor that. When I do that, we're looking for something that multiplies to negative 21, adds to negative 4. Your answer is going to be negative 7 and 3. So the first one is really w squared minus 6w minus 7 over w minus 7, w plus 3 plus 4 over w plus 3. Now notice my second one is missing a part. It only has w plus 3, so I need to multiply the top and the bottom by w minus 7. When I do that, I'm going to distribute this 4. So I'm going to do 4 times w, 4 times negative 7. Now the first part stays the same, and my denominators are going to match now. So I'm going to make it one big fraction. You can do this in 2 steps if you want. I'm going to do it in 1. So I really have w squared minus 6w minus 7. We're going to do plus 4w, and then 4 times negative 7 is a negative 28. And that's all over w minus 7 times w plus 3. We are going to combine our like terms on the top, so I notice I have just 1w squared all alone. And then I have negative 6w and a 4w, which would be minus 2w. And then we have a minus 7 and a minus 28, which would give me a negative 35, all over w minus 7 times w plus 3. Now, here's the thing. I would love to tell you you're done here, but my guess is that we can probably factor the top of this equation. So if I look at this one, we have w squared minus 2w minus 35. I want to factor that. I'm looking for something that multiplies to negative 35, adds to negative 2. It's going to be negative 7 and 5. So this guy is the same as x minus 7 times x plus 5. All over x minus 7 times x plus 3. Sorry, I just realized that these are all w's and I wrote x's. You know, it's a variable, whatever letter you choose. Just make sure they're the same. I noticed that we have a minus 7 and a minus 7. So my final answer is really going to be y minus 5 over y plus 3. Now, I feel like when we took the test on this, we didn't actually end up doing that. But yours is going to be a multiple choice. So you need to make sure that if you can factor the top, you do factor the top and you simplify your answer. Otherwise, you're not going to find the right answer and you're going to be like, Miss Sylvester, how do I do it? What did I do wrong? You didn't factor. Factor. Do it. All right, my next one, we got w squared plus 12w plus 35 divided by w squared plus 9w plus 20. What is with these people in the w's? Like, I don't get it. To do this one, we are going to again start by factoring this guy. We're looking for something that multiplies to 20, adds to 9. It's going to be 4 and 5. So we have w squared plus 12w plus 35 all over w plus 4 times w plus 5 minus 1 over w plus 4. Now notice my second thing is missing. It's w plus 5. So we're going to do times w plus 5 times w plus 5. Now this time we are subtracting. So I need to distribute that negative 1 to each of these things. Mostly I need to distribute the negative. So when I do that, if I zoom out just a smidge, on top, we are going to have w squared plus 12w plus 35 minus w minus 5 all over w plus 4 times w plus 5. Now, I kind of did this without talking about it, but don't multiply the bottom. We're trying to simplify things. We're trying to get things in factored forms. Don't make more work for yourself. Just leave the bottom as is. So this guy is going to equal w squared. We have 12w minus w, so plus 11w. And then we have 35 minus 5, which will be plus 30. Let's make that look like an actual 0. All over w plus 4 times w plus 5. Now again, would I love to be done with this problem? Absolutely. Am I done with this problem? Of course not. So what we have to do is factor that top guy. When I do that, we're looking for something that multiplies to 30, adds to 11. It's going to be 6 and 5. So I'm really going to have w plus 6 times w plus 5 over w plus 4 times w plus 5. Again, if it shows up on the top and the bottom, we can cancel it out. So my final answer is going to be w plus 6 over w plus 4. Look at that. Beautiful, simple. I want to say easy, but it was kind of long and not really that easy. All right, my last one says, what is the sum? Ironically, this one's the easiest. I already have my denominators that match, so I can just combine my like terms. I notice I have 90x and 10x, which is the same as 100x if I add them. We still have our plus 5, and then it's all over x minus 3. This one is pretty simple too. You don't even really have to factor it. I guess if you want to get crazy, I could divide both of these by 5. So I could have 5 times 20x plus 1 all over x minus 3. I guess. I would say that this would be your answer, or just this one without like my little divided by 5s. Honestly, if I was making the test, I would do this, but it's like computer generated, so they might do either of them. Know how to do both. It'll be helpful to you. Thanks for watching.